Be prepared to be a leader. Look around the corner, work out what's the next best thing and have the courage to do it.
I came across with Macquarie Countrywide, and Charter Hall was a much smaller company back then. So being able to watch it grow into one of the largest property companies in the country has been quite a privilege.
We've been invested with Charter Hall since it listed 20 years ago. If you look at the returns in the past 10 years, Charter Hall's returned 19 against a market that's done 8. So the returns have been very good. And I think that really just reflects their focus, the fact that they're Australia's premier funds management group and they've got a proven track record.
The organisation's focus on the tenant customer, on the investors and on its people is very impressive. I think it underpins the culture at Charter Hall, and any quality organisation has a quality culture.
An industry leader and innovator and a genuine partner. They genuinely seek to understand our short and long-term priorities and then find ways to support us to achieve them.
The defining moment for Charter Hall really has been the way it has serviced its institutional and private investors over this time. It has put those people before themselves at all times, during the GFC, during COVID, and other challenges that we've had.
It's a great credit to all of those people that have been involved in this incredible journey over the past 20 years. And it really speaks volumes for the success of the business and the business model, the entrepreneurial culture, the high quality people, and ultimately now a market leading position.
Clients that have a deep understanding of the markets they operate in generally put together strong teams and set them up for success. They've been hard but fair, innovative and like to tackle problems head on in a collaborative way.
A big milestone for me was when Charter Hall's share price reached $10. I think it was back in 2018. I remember at the time thinking we'd made it. I think obviously the growth is self-evident, but for me what's been really important was the culture that we have, maintaining that flat structure, which leads to, I suppose, the fast-paced environment that we have today.
When you think about it, how many Australian companies have done as much for their investors over the past 2 decades as Charter Hall? You can't think of many, and that is almost exclusively down to the leaders of the business. People with a relentless commitment to doing the right thing by shareholders, government, business partners, and becoming a true part of the communities in which they operate.
Looking back over the last 8 years, what is obvious is the desire Charter Hall have had to deeply understand the problems that we're trying to solve. The team recognised early that the heart of our work is creating meaningful employment opportunities for the women we serve. This genuine insight has empowered us to rapidly expand our impact and our program and deepen our partnership with the entire Charter Hall portfolio.
Put simply, David Harrison and the Charter Hall team put their customers' interests at the forefront of every strategic decision they make in deploying capital into various real estate opportunities. And this is the result of deep sector knowledge and research that over time has delivered outstanding returns and why they are deservedly known as true custodians of capital.
There's 2 things. Firstly, the clarity and consistency of the strategy for themselves and their clients, but then the ability to be really decisive and act really fast. I mean, that's what sets Charter Hall apart.
I've been covering Charter Hall from when it was an unlisted company, owning pretty much one asset in Pyrmont, known as the Nokia Building. Charter Hall has also developed, reimagined, and even sometimes from scratch, created buildings and iconic assets that many people over many, many years will be very happy to work in, and that will be the legacy, I think, of the company over the coming decades.
When I was an investor customer of Charter Hall stood out to me because they would think outside the square, because of the entrepreneurial spirit and the willingness to collaborate with investors to create bespoke investment solutions.
We are one of a number of partners who are so grateful that we're in a position to work with Charter Hall. Charter Hall, for us, maintains a clear focus of delivering value to all stakeholders, consistently making informed and balanced decisions.
Charter Hall's success, that combination of investing in property, but bringing the very best people together. Its mantra was always to co-invest with the other investors.
Over the past 2 decades, Charter Hall has significantly influenced the REIT landscape. It's remarkable to see how Charter Hall has grown since it started its listed life 20 years ago with a modest market cap of $264 million. Charter Hall has transformed the sector by prioritising funds management over a large balance sheet. This approach has set a new standard that many others have attempted to emulate in recent times.